Namaste! Grand Rising Divine Feminine, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is a fort. Yes, Divine Feminine. In case no one told you today, you're special. You're special. You're different. And you are excelling. Every day is a blessed day, gifted to you by the Most High, Father God. What? Am I being dramatic? Good golly and gosh. There's no one to check me boo. Ha ha! Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Get the comments up to see who's here before we press on at a hot trot to see what's going on, right? Because we don't let nothing slip past us. But we also what? Remember, we are the observer of our thoughts. We don't chase those thoughts, darling dear. Take you down a rocky path that's full of what? Hairline taking stuff, guys. Hairline taking stuff. Right. Let's press on. Slim Jim Wagwan, fist bump, and a big cat wave. The planetary energies today, darling dears. Venus in Sagittarius squares Jupiter in Pisces. You may want more space from others. I've got to laugh. Ambivert am I. So are you, bestie. Pinkies up. This can lead to some challenges. Yes, baby. If you're not going to be considering telling people to what? Take 60 feet, right? It could result in what? Your quest being scuppered for that extra space, because they're going to try and get back into your face and want all the smoke from you, Divine Feminine. Choose your words wisely. We also have Venus, which has entered Capricorn now. Everything's going on in Capricorn at the moment. Mercury's cutting its 10. Cutting its 10 is a Jamaican terminology for when you sit down and you cross your legs at the ankle. Mercury's cutting its 10 in Capricorn, getting ready to go retrograde. Yes, baby. On the 29th of December, we've got a new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd of December. It's a lot going on there. Capricorn, the 10th house, the house of your career. It's also the house of the father, darling dears. Did I digress? Yes, I did. Let's get back to it. What truly matters within your relationships can be illuminated over the next few weeks, darling dears. So you're going to be picking off more people. Listen, you've got it down to what? A steady 2. And you're going to a quick 1, and maybe just you, darling dear. Nothing wrong with you being the whole team, Divine Feminine. You're bad alone. Come through, sincere. Posh, clap. Yes, baby. Feeling bouncy today, guys. Are you? Let me put it on so it doesn't keep changing. Just a second, darling dear. Sort this out. Right. Yes, baby. As I was saying, everything's going on in Capricorn throughout the whole month of December. We've also got Mars, the planet of aggression as well as action. Yes, yes, yes. Mars is retrograde in Gemini, even as we speak, darling dears. And we're still basking in what? The energy of the full moon in Gemini. Even though the moon has decided to be skullduggerous, darling dear, and slip into what? Cancer later on today. Right? You may feel like you want to stick to familiar places, darling dears. Your nest, your domicile. After you've what? Bided your words, darling dears, as you told people to F off in an eloquent manner. I know, just not make it. When you make their eyes, right, the eye contact, you feel like you're inclined to say hello. Not me, blood. I practice Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. I see in blind. If I don't want to talk, you can't make me talk. Yes, baby. What else has been going on? Yeah, the moon is going to enter into Cancer. And as I said, you want to stick to familiar places and people who support you. right? In order to maintain what? Your mental and emotional stability, darling dear. You got to be stability. Yeah. Guess what, Divine Feminine? I got my utilities bill, right? Because I told you already, the utilities people, they like to hack my account every month. People say direct debit, but I tell them to shut up. Who asks them to put in their 2 cents, right? I say hack, right? And these energy bills is rampant. Good God, it's like an auctioneer's block. The gas and the electricity is like 50, 50, 50, 100, 200, and back 300. Listen, oi. It led me to let my fingers do the walking today, right? I said, hold on a minute. If the energy prices is that high, how much is it for a barrel of oil? Look, $71.80, right? And to get a whole ton of the crude oil, right? It's 500 and, hold on a minute, let me get it right. Listen, I told you I'm a keyboard gangster and I can't understand, right? It's about, I can't find it right now, but it's about $572 for a whole ton, right, of crude oil. Listen, if any of you's got an oil refinery, yeah, we can be friends. I mean it, because I'm telling you, they've already got me checking out horses, right? Because you're gonna have to give up getting the petrol, especially in the UK. And guess what? I think Russia is selling its oil for something like $60 a barrel. Good God, it's dirt cheap. Yeah. But who's going to buy it from Russia? And look what they did. Oh gosh, Divine Feminine, there's so much to talk about. Look at what's his name? That lady, Brittany Griner. She's coming back to the USA, yay! Didn't deserve to be locked up, nay. But look who they swapped her with, right? His name is Dr. Killswitch or something like that, right? A known dealer in pow pows. Good God. Good God. Listen, I don't think that's a fair swap, right? Listen, she deserved to come out. Yes, she did, but look who they swapped them for. It sounds like a setup to me, darling dear. Everything's set up. You have to read what's going on, darling dears. Anyway, like I was saying, if any of you big cats got an oil refinery, let me know. Hit me straight up in the Gmail, darling dear. I will answer that email immediately, because I'm telling you, I'm at the point where I will buy my own ton of crude oil and make my own shiz naive. Listen, we're divine feminines after all, darling dear. Conceive, believe, and achieve. I'm going to put my wishes into that, darling dear. I want someone who's got a refinery so we can get to making our own oil. Good golly and gosh. Everybody's fighting out there at this moment in time, but we're just easy. Why? You have to know, darling dears. Psst. Guess what? You want to know what? Father God has assigned room for your gift. Yes, baby. Father God is cutting out a space for you, Divine Feminine, because you've done the shadow work. I've had many questions on where do you start when it's shadow work? Start where you're triggered the most, darling dear. And you have to face those energies, those emotions. You have to face them. And as you realize that they're only a figment of your imagination, the worst of whatever scenario it was for you has already happened. But you have to be the observer of your thoughts. That's how you do the shadow work. What triggers you the most? And you run down the list. You can't, it's asking a bit much to just digress into 7 years old, right? It's really hard. But then again, you can get hypnotized, but I haven't come across anything like that on YouTube yet, and I doubt anyway, personal choices and all that. But I've got to press on. Like I said, Divine Feminine, God is assigning room for your gift. The distance, people, you know those people, the ones that we didn't do the scratch and sniff test on, right? People that distanced themselves from you when you was going through your hardships. People that caused you to be in those hardships. People that sat and watched. And they could have helped, but they'd rather what? Be on the balls of their feet as merchants of slander. Those ones that kept their distance or put you in that situation or what? Spread the word, darling dears. They must also keep the same energy for when your successes come through, because Father God is making room for you, Divine Feminine. Yes, baby. They can double down on the distance they kept to try and keep you as a thumber. You are Divine Feminine. You was built for this. You are one of the chosen. Many of you have withstood $1 trillion of advertising to get that big jab. Do you know how hard it was? Being ostracized? Well, I didn't mind because I was ambivert. I remember there, I even thought that I caused the lockdown because I was right. I think I'm going to switch the world off now because I've got to go through the DNS, right? And I had to do it by myself, yeah? I had to just look it over my shoulder because I'm now the red light, green light champion of 79. Yes, yes, yes. As are you, bestie. Yeah, so much to get off our chest, darling. Yes. Make sure they double down on the distance, right? And who exactly am I talking to? I'm talking to you, Divine Feminine, each and every one of you. Whether masculine or feminine, you are what? Tapping into your subconscious mind with the continuous what? Affirmations. This is what? Making right choices for yourself, listening to your inner guidance, praying on everything, bringing God into every conversation. And then as well, all while what? Knowing your worth and adding tax. We haven't got time to be crying over yesteryear, people. Are you kidding me? Blood, bra, or sistry? And if you are, you better rub them beeshies in, darling. There's skin tightener and all that. Do you have it for what? Botox? If you've got it for Botox, then you can go into business with me and we can go and buy some barrels of crude oil. Because I'm telling you, things is wicked over here in the UK. Not only is it cold, right? I told you the utilities is like an auction block. 51,200. Listen! As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, wayshowers and spiritual guides. From Geetha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies. Up, Divine Feminine. I insist. Hey! Telling you, I'm getting dexterous off the cranium, darling dear. We've got to be what? Always on the move like a rolling stone so you don't gather any moss. And if you feel like it, put stories out there about yourself, darling dear. Tell everyone something else different. Let them argue amongst themselves as they try to reveal the true you, which none of them have that an iota of understanding. You're only just finding out for yourself, blood. How can they have that memo? Ha ha! Laugh with me, Divine Feminine. Let's get a runestone and kick off, right? Because I can be such a chatty cat. It's that Friday feeling, darling dear. It's the freaking weekend, darling dear. Not for freaking. No, I told you, pay your needs, Divine Feminine. Everybody must be investigated. We are doing the boosty bad ass. Bad ass complaining, right? You remember he wrote that song, right? We memorized the words to trust no one, and he still was able, one of his cousins was still able to steal 10 large ones from him. Listen, he needs to go and reread the lyrics to his own song. He said trust no one, not even grandma or grandpa. Children, your girlfriend, your girlfriend's friend, and then he said period after that. You can't just be making up these things and then not even reading your own words. He said trust no one. And now he's complaining because he trusted someone. Right. The first rune you have is what? Uraz. Uraz is on its face. This is represented by the Hierophant in Tarot, darling dears. It's speaking about what? An injustice. Yes, baby. It also speaks about violence and someone is being extremely, what? Lustful at this moment in time, darling dear. They have no boundary. Well, their mind is what? A hideous pit of what fucking is blood, bra, or C-string. Someone's going for it, darling dear. They're having injustice perpetrated against them and they're trying to send that energy away. Back that off, darling dear, like a dirty shirt. Somebody's feelings are going towards violence. They want something to happen to you, Divine Feminine. Imagine that. I was speechless for a moment. They want something to happen to you, but things are happening for you. Father God Most High is making room for your gift, darling dear. Ha ha! I told you, you are a light worker star seed, and as you continue to what? Raise your vibration, doing your shadow work, sometimes on a daily basis, darling dears. And having that what? Come to Jesus moment when you realize that you're about to what? Fall down that dirty, dusty road, all right? Drudging up the past and crying over shit. Listen. And if you tell that I tried to threaten you, I will deny it, just like Shaggy. It wasn't me. Represented by the letters U and V, darling dears. This is someone that you had a partnership, a long-term association. It could have been a friend. It could even be a child, darling dear, whatever that paradigm is for you. Someone's not wishing well on you, divine feminine. If this wasn't a call for what? Get your crystals under the last illumination of the full moon in Gemini tonight, darling dears, right? Have you got your black obsidian? Have you got your black tourmaline? Yes, baby, you need that to send that energy back with love and light, darling dear. Because remember, I told you when I was under attack a few weeks back, the first time it got me in my sleep, darling dears, I locked and bind it in the name of the Most High. Who tell me to do that? Because it came back, blood. It came back. Listen, this time when I sent it away, right? I locked and bound it and sent it to the feet of the Most High, Father, God, Mother, Isis. I told it to leave in light. You have no dominion here, right? Yes. And it didn't come back. Listen, send that energy back. Somebody wants something violent to happen to you, darling dears. And some in a lustful manner, if you get my meaning. Yeah, real creepazoids, weirdos. Someone that is you can't trust, darling dear. This person is self-opinionated or people, darling dear, and they believe the lies they tell themselves. So they're also perpetrating injustices on their own self, darling dear, by not telling themselves the truth. Well, how can you expect a liar that lies to you to tell the truth to themselves? Come on, divine feminine. What's the... You got the blank rune of destiny, darling dears. What did I say? In case no one told you today, divine feminine, you're special and divine has blessed you with what? The blank rune of destiny. Hold something positive that you intend to what? Manifest over the next 24 to 48 hours, divine feminine. Tell no one. But I told you, when you want something to manifest, you hold the idea, you build up the emotion around it, then you have to forget about it. Go about your day. But this is also a sign, darling dear. We also have what? Geba. This is the Gemini energy of the lovers in tarot, darling dears. It's in the upright, represented by the numbers 24, 25, 26, and 27. Did I tell you that Uranus was represented by the numbers 20, 21, 22, and 23? Notice that the numbers run straight onto what? Gebo. Because Gebo comes through with 24, 25, 26, and 27. It's represented by the letter G. It speaks about what? Your personal relationships. We've already discussed this with the planetary energies. Yeah, you're going to be wanting what? Your own space to get amongst your own thoughts. Why? Because you're co-creating creatrix. You've got things to do, blood, and you need to be amongst yourself. Just the three of you. You're like, but what three? Look, let me finish, divine feminine. I, myself, and me. The three of us. That's all you've got in the end. Come through, Beyonce. Push, clap. Yeah. This and that, darling dear. Absolutely fabulous. It also speaks about a gift. You're about to be gifted. We saw the blank rune, darling dear. You're already on the path to destined. What destined things? I told you, Father God, Mother Isis is making room for your gift. So buff up your what? Best ideas. Use the energy, darling dears, of the full moon in Gemini. Gemini, the third house, the house of communication, darling dear. Your deportment. Get your business plans together. Make sure you're making your plans for how you want to kick off in 2023. Use that alone time, darling dear, to pour into yourself and make a plan. Because if you fail to plan, listen, you're planning to fail. And failure is not good. Doesn't rhyme with big cat running things. No, it doesn't. Not today or any other day. There's a D in it, darling dears. Absolutely. I really want another coffee, but I've already had 3 coffees, and if I have another coffee, right? Listen, we all want more, darling dears, but sometimes moderation is key. It's key. The Gemini energy also speaks about partnerships, darling dears. You're making the right choices, or you're being more choosy with whom you share your energy with, darling dear. You're understanding law 16 of the 48 laws of power, darling dears. Not only are you turning your shapely back, you're understanding how powerful your energy is. This is about you, what? Not going into situations where you know injustices, right, and heinous crimes, right, will be committed by what creatures from the backwood, right? Tree sloth with yarn for hair, darling dears. Understand your energy. It also speaks about you being futuristic thinking, and again, a reminder for you to what? Get yourself a new notebook, right? I bought a new one for me today when I picked up my candles. And start writing out your New Year's plan, because on the strike of midnight, darling dear, as 22 waves goodbye and we hail 23, darling dear, you will be burning what you wrote down, darling dear, sending it into the hemisphere, what you expect to manifest for 2023. Picture it this way, right? Picture this, right? You're in the boxing ring, right? And you've been having your ass kicked for the longest time, but you've been on your feet. You didn't let no one know, nothing knock you down, right? And the bell goes off. And you realize that if this other person, whatever it is, this obstacle gets you this time, that's it, mate, you're brown bread, right? Give it all you've got, darling dear. When you're writing out your intentions of your manifestations for 2023, put your everything into it. Put the emotion around it. And on the stroke of midnight, burn it. And let the wind take it. And don't look back, darling dear. But please don't do it too near the house, darling dear. Don't burn down the household or take out a neighborhood. No, and don't go into the woods and do it. Why would you do that? Leave the trees alone. What's the matter with you? Because some of you take the piss. Instead to just burn something, you're getting gasoline, right? You're throwing Molotovs. Listen, this ain't the season for that, divine feminine. You can't go to prison. You have to be free to suck it to them. Love it. Don't hate it, darling dears. I love it. Posh clap. Thank you, Alexis Holmes, for this super chat. You know I'll be buying the honeydew melons and getting them in a baggie, darling dear. Because I'm telling you, there's this guy on TikTok. I've forgotten his name. He put me off for everything, blood. He told me about the bamboo toothbrushes, right? So I got it, and then I saw another TikTok saying, well, the bristles are still nylon. I said, what's the matter with this man, blood? Why him never telling me? Why him never telling me? Because I gave him minutes that I wouldn't get back. Why him do me so? Now he's telling me the bristles are nylon. The bristles are nylon. Love and light, I said to the screen. Love and light. Then last night he had me captivated because I like to eat almonds, but I was backsliding into cashew nuts. He showed us a whole video of those women in India and how their hands are going blackened, the fingertips are blackened and stiff, right? Because when they get the cashew out the shell, right, it's got some kind of acid substance, and it's something that has to be done by hand. I can't have cashew nuts anymore. I said, this brother is put my mind in a way, blood. Listen, don't even mention McDonald's to me. Who wrote that? I just saw it flash past the screen. A werewolf, yeah. Can you feel me, blood? Yeah, the McDonald's. When I saw them do how they do the nuggets, this pink gunk that just oozes out. Good God. This is why you have to take care of yourself. Take your sea moss. You'll get 92 of the 102 nutrients you need per day. Make sure you move your body, move your body. Get some exercise in. Take time for yourself. Because you are about to spring up from the corner of the ring, darling dear. This is the final battle. You're going to give it all you got. Don't eat the cashew nuts, because when I think about those Indian ladies' fingers, and they're paid, what, 3 or 4 euros, right? Depending on the weight, darling dear. There's no set wage. It's awful. And they said at night time they can't sleep They're getting pains in their eyes. Their eyes are getting, I'm telling you. When you think of how much people have to suffer for you to get your luxury food, something that you enjoy. When you think about the designer clothes, I'm not even gonna lie, I love myself some LV. I do. And Donna can't say her name. Maybe I shouldn't be saying it, but I'm saying it. Right? I love my little this and my little that. But when you think about the labor that is put in, and who is getting the benefit of all of that? And is that benefit being put back into the society where it's been taken from? You see, these questions, Divine Feminine, goes through my mind, especially when I was looking up the price of what crude oil per barrel. Listen, may I tell you, you've got to pay attention. The digital money is coming in. They'll be able to stop your money if you're going to an area that you're not supposed to be in. Imagine that, your bank account just frozen. If you're getting benefits or any kind of government aid, darling dear, they can just freeze it if they feel that you're spending the money on the wrong sort of foods. Pay attention, Divine Feminine. You've been given this light for a reason. Right, not telling anyone off because I told you I'm a pointer, not a picker. And if anyone tell you that is lie, them I tell. There's a merchant of slander and there's bare lies they're telling on the big cat. Fist bump. Let's see what your ancestors think about this and that. No, you're right, Slim Jim. The toothpaste, the Kingfisher fluoride-free toothpaste and the bamboo toothbrushes. Because I was even thinking it today, after I brushed my teeth this morning. Because normally when I was using the old toothpaste, I was using Arm & Hammer, right? And the regular toothbrush. Every time after I brushed my teeth, it was like a layer of skin was stripping off inside my mouth. That doesn't happen anymore. Brush my teeth twice a day and my gums would be bleeding. Then I had a cavity, and you remember the dentist tear out my teeth, right? I practically levitated from the bed. Yeah, and the skullduggerous dentist, right, took one of my teeth and put me down to 31 teeth. If I'd have known about the oil pulling, oh my God, make sure you oil pull at least 3 times a week. Get the raw, unrefined coconut oil and swish it around for about 20 minutes, but don't put it down the sink or the toilet, it will clog it up. Get yourself a little sandwich bag, like what I put my honeydew melons in, right? Put a bit of tissue in the bottom of it, right? Because it looks really disgusting when you spit it back out. And just swish it around your teeth. Take care of yourself, big cat. It's the only body you're gonna get. And my thing is about to cut out. Hold on a second, let me get the plug. I'm back. I went to the hot trot. At least it missed my big toe, because I'm telling you, I have to take it easy with myself, you know, because he's fabulous, gorgeous and lovely. And you don't want to end up like Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn in Death Becomes Her, where you've got to go to what? A garage, right, to get a spray paint. Listen. Right. We've got a spell, but it also speaks about manifestation. Everything I'm saying is tying in together, darling dears. Your ancestors want you to write that shiznai down. Write it down and build the emotion, darling dear. And remember to burn it at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Day. Set your intention, darling dear, because Father God, Mother Isis is making room for your gift. Manifestation mode. Love it. One more, please. Oh, dear. I don't know, mate. What's that man's name? Does anybody know his name? The man that they swapped for Brittany Grinner. Is it Dr. D-E-A-T-H? Is it Dr. Done Everybody? Yeah, Done Everybody. He likes to trade in pow-pows, and he's a big-time pow-pow trader. Listen, what's his name? If you know it, put it in the comments, darling dear, because I'm telling you, what kind of trade is that? Couldn't Brittany hang on for another 2 months? I know it's awful over there, I heard. But couldn't she just all back for 2 more months? Couldn't they find a better trade? What was Biden thinking? What was he thinking? No, he sent that man back to Russia, right? And to go and pick on the other people in Ukraine. Good gosh, I just don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm too busy trying to find someone who's got a refinery, because I want to buy it. I want to buy my own crude oil, right? Because they're taking the PISS with the utilities in the UK. Good God. They're almost making people wish their children were penguins. It'd be easier. Right about now, my progeny can ask me to drive my car, right? Take the piss with my lace fronts, anything but turn on the gas. Anything but turn on a light outside the allotted time set. Blood. I'm telling you, the bank account was like 50, 152, 50, 100, 150. I was like, sold. They hacked me again. Grounding earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I told you. Can't you see this is what a field that is fertile, darling dears. All of the birds speak about what? Your ancestral guidance. This is you listening to your higher mind. The whole of this Malkuth is going through a full-on change, darling dears. We're seeing it with the animals, the ants all walking in circles. The way the birds are flying in circles, darling dears. A major change is being gifted to this Malkuth, darling dear, an upgrade. So do what you can, darling dear, to make sure that your days going forward are fertile. You've got the blank rune, darling dears. Take care of the only temple you have. Remember I told you that? And how do you do it? The best way is to be the observer to your thoughts, divine feminine. Remember, you don't always act on every thought, because if you did, your name would be Kill Switch and you'd be in the prison with R. Kelly. Stay grounded, darling dears. I told you. Make your wish. The universe is about to give you exactly what you truly desire. Father God, Mother Isis is telling you, don't blow out the candle. Use a bit of paper and fan it. We don't blow out candles. It's like I'm digressing again. Let me just shut up about that. I've got so many things to talk about. Yeah. And he said again, the candle to the paper, darling dears. Don't forget to burn out your intentions, darling dears. Remember I told you that. Be prepared for incoming of what you truly deserve. Right, let's get a deck. Base of your deck, an 11-11 fade. This is party celebrations. It could also be what? An offer of marriage, or you'll be going to a wedding in the near future, darling dears. For some, you'll be a +1 to someone, and for others, it'll be people that you actually know. Are you going to enjoy it? Queen of Swords, you're going to have to shut up your mouth about a few things that you don't like going on there, darling dear. Use your intelligence. I told you, choose your words wisely, divine feminine. Your words carry spiritual weight as you continue to ascend. The Four of Wands, darling dears, it also speaks about what? Stable relationships, blessings coming to you with what? Peace and harmony. But it's about people working for mutual benefit and like-minded souls. It's Aries as well as Venus energy. Yeah. Because this is a time where you need to seek guidance from within, darling dears. This is a time for your hibernation. The Hermit is what? Mercury energy, and it's also speaking for what? For you to what? Clarify things in your mind, darling dear. This is a spiritual upgrade. It's also what? Ancestral protection. You are standing out for being different. Your strength, divine feminine. They did not expect you to get up. They did not expect you to take another step. They didn't expect you to get great. Imagine that. It also is a reminder that what? You are still being watched as you continue to turn your back. People are waiting for you to slip and slide, darling dears. There's no slipping and sliding. You continue to rise. Well, Queen of Swords, more air energy, more Mercury energy to darling dears, 100%. This also speaks about you, you may have some issues coming up, okay, but it's also saying that you have the intellect and the communicative skills to actually deal with any issue that may come your way between now and the 31st of December, darling dears. This is about you, what? Taking the time to assimilate information. This is about you thinking before you act, because not every battle and situation deserves your input. This is also a reminder for you to what? Protect your energy, darling dear. Between now and December 31st. Because as I said many times, Divine Feminine, you are a beacon. Nobody can do it quite like you. You are the original bounce-a-thon. You bounce back. They didn't know that you was Ibex. Built for this Shiznai, the greatest of all time. On land and sea, darling dear. This also speaks about education. Some of you are going to be taking this time to learn a new skill. Some of you will be taking the time because it fell under Uras to work in. You want to be a worker to help people against their injustices. It could be a social worker. It could be a community worker. You may even be putting together your own focus groups. You have the cranium for it, darling dear. And the Queen of Swords knows how to put forward her business plans and her ideas. Clarify the Queen of Swords, please. Yeah, you've got offers coming towards you, darling dear. New opportunities. Multiple offers, darling dears. But not all money is good money. This is where you use your intuition. And not every deal that comes your way between now and the ending of this year, darling dear, is for you to take. Remember that. If this is not your progeny, darling dears, if it is a child, there's going to be calls, right, for your child to be, you're going to have to discipline your child. They're not understanding where money comes from and how hard you work for it, darling dear. They think you've got multiple streams of income for their works and their end. Somebody's gonna have to pull up their child. But there's ways and ways of disciplining a child, darling dear. You don't have to beat them. You can speak to someone and give them a good example of understanding. Because how you treat them is how they will grow up to treat others, or expect more people to treat them like that. I'd never understand it. Why beat a child, darling dear? What are you doing? Taking out your frustration, and who's going to tell you to stop? The Seven of Cups also speaks about you, what? The offers coming towards you. It's a reminder for you to choose wisely, darling dears. And if you're wondering how you're going to make the best choice, go to your North Node on your birth natal chart. You'll find your superpowers. Then you will go to your 2nd, your 6th and your 10th house. It shows you how to build a business if that's what you want. Go on higher learning, finding knowledge. It will show you how to do it and make it into a career. The 2nd, the 6th and the 10th house. In the reverse, you've got a lot of bitter Bettys and bitter Benjamins and then Brock Pocketos. Buddy, have you got a dime? People in tight situations. If this was someone that you thought was loyal to you, well, they was always disloyal. They're skullduggerous to the core, darling dear. They're gossiping, and look at this, they're red in the face. Look, it looks like their head's about to explode, but it will be outside the perimeter. This is somebody who's realizing that any option they may have won't be with you. You really are gone. It fell on the Queen of Swords, darling dear. Somebody's not liking the fact that you are no longer responding to them. This is someone that you held them above yourself, darling dear, in a situation. You didn't realize your worth back then. But good golly and gosh, you know it now. Hey! You know it now, posh club. This is someone who is emotionally draining, darling dears. The 6 of Cups also speaks about someone having regret, not remorse. The person is starting to feel remorseful, darling dears, because you stood up in the face of injustices. This could also speak about a legal situation, cutting ties, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But that person is still dragging on your energy. Why? They see the opportunities that are being gifted to you. Well, guess what? They ain't seen nothing yet, blood. They better clean out their eye chakra. It's about to be offended. It also speaks about spying online. You've got someone spying, and it also, because there's many cups, they may even have people spying on their behalf, darling dears. Oh, they've got workers watching you. Base of the deck, it's the truth roof. Pinkies up. Can't make it up, big cat. Let's give it a good shufty. Let's see what these opportunities coming towards you are. Because this person is jealous. This is the King of Pentacles is somebody who possibly lost a job. This is someone who's lost a legal situation. This could have been to do with HR. This is lackadaisical, darling dears. Not appreciating the cups that they created for themselves. If you've got progeny with this person, listen, you're co-parenting with what? A psychopath who's Casper the Ghost. Yeah. Double-minded people. To be avoided, darling dear. Basura. Someone who's freely giving you their psychological password. I think the more meaner you are to these people, they like it. They like it. They don't listen. Sadomasochist, masochist, no. Something weird's going on over there. Yeah, you better be vigilant, darling dear. And choose wisely. You don't want to make the wrong choices going forward. We already saw the Gemini energy, make the right contracts. This also speaks about what? Reading the fine print. If you can't do it, you get a man who can, darling dear. I'm also hearing something about business taxes. Somebody needs to pay attention to the taxes because the money that you expect him to pay, baby, they're looking for a lot more than that. So I hope you've been saving your money for your year-end taxes, darling dears. Because I'm telling you, they'll put you in prison. They will. We have the Moon card and the Three of Cups. Be careful who you celebrate with going forward, darling dears. I told you everyone must be interviewed. The Moon energy is what? About bad friends, betrayal, darling dears, as well as lies, subterfuge, and bull swanky. Yeah. Fortunately for you, Divine Feminine, you are the red light, green light champion. You've been through all of this before. But this is a choice or an invitation to see if you're prepared to go back on what you said you'd never go back to. This is what? 7 and a 3 goes to the 10 of Cups. It was an emotional situation, could have been a family situation, or working in a situation that felt like family until you really saw who they were. Every one of them was a mass marauder. You're also going to be hearing about a sudden illness, possibly even a passing. My condolences, darling dears. But with the back to the Hermit, this is somebody who has the mind of a child, an adult with the mind of Alzheimer's, dementia. Whoever was their caretaker, darling dear, they weren't making the right choices. This is somebody who's celebrating, and the Three of Cups is juxtaposed to the cup of all of the diamonds, darling dears. This looks like elderly abuse, darling dear. Somebody abusing their position. But like I said, Divine Feminine, not all money is good money. Everything always comes out at the back end, darling dear. Any more messages? Yeah, you've got messages coming in. This is also Cupid's arrows, darling dear. Some of you will be going into a love situation, but you don't know about that, blood. You know, now you're like, what? Who is this person? Where do you come from? What is your purpose? State your business. This is the ruminating thoughts. You're going to be getting admirer, a secret admirer. This goes to what? We've got 2 8s on the tableau, darling dears. 2 8s is about you what? Being indecisive, right? And it also speaks about a brief affair. Do you really want to give up all of that good, right? For a quick soul tie? I'll wait. If you're going to give up all what you've worked on, what you've worked towards, how you've refined yourself, building this new empire, about to be what? Gifted the best room. As Father God makes space for you. You saw the blank room. And you're really going to give it up for a brief affair? Some of you will be going into a brief affair, darling dear, because we are in party season at this moment in time. But whomsoever you hook up with, darling dear, They're going to be skullduggerous to the core. It's going to be scandalous. It's going to be wild. And you're going to be back. And I'll be right here with my spectacles of truth on, darling dear, telling you what I did tell you. Let me just clear that bad juju. Right? Because that's not happening to me, mate. I'm the red light, green light champion. Divine feminine, come on. This is not the season to be that jolly. Nah, blood. Look at that 18-year-old girl. There's so much things going on. The first time she gave herself to this guy, she's 18 years old. He gave her HIV and hepatitis. Was it herpes? Whatever. The first time she got the kill switch. Good God. Listen, I think I'm going to have to get a news channel, darling dears. I think I may have to do a podcast because I've got so many things to talk about, right? Because it seems like the whole world has gone dumb as a crumb. Right. Let's get some more messages up for you, darling dears. We'll get one more deck. No, we're going to go with... Where is the wellness deck? I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, we're going to end with the wellness deck because we're nearly at the 50. Final messages for Divine Feminine. In case no one told you today, you're special, Divine Feminine. It's a lot of cards, but I will take what fell into my hands. Oh, yeah. Somebody getting clarity over a situation that's come to an end, darling dears. And I told you as well, somebody that is misappropriating someone's funds. Someone who's going to be passing suddenly between now and the ending of the year, darling dears. Heartbreak. And I told you, anybody that's going to jump straight into what? Was it? Kung Fu in the genitalia area, right? You're going to go through heartbreak, right? This person is going to tell you exactly what you want to hear. Just to what? Break your heart, darling dear. Listen, you better cap that. Realize your worth and add tax. Remember that Father God is coming through with what a revelation for you, darling dear. Clarity that you are on the right path. Yes, you are. I told you, Father God sits high and looks low. You're about to be engaged with something big, darling dears. What's this engagement going to be, seeing as we're here? One of us is not allowing this kisses, right? Kissing strength. Listen, they even get herpes around the mouth. Kissing whom? Listen, hit me up in the comments. Don't Gmail me with this. This is hairline taking stuff, guys. Maybe you're kissing the past behind. Goodbye. But it also says what? Unconditional love. Good God, that should be dodo dead. Because it's a snake, darling dear, that likes to look at things. Yes, a watcher. You're watching someone, darling dear, someone who was a snake in your life. Anytime you look at old pictures, it's you and the snake at the beach, you and the snake in your chariot of righteousness, you and the snake at your wedding, right? Yes, yes, yes. Whoever that person is, they're watching you, mate. You've got a captive audience. Hillbilly investigations are still being launched in your name, Divine Feminine. You're doing fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Better than that, it's awesome. I love it. You are coming through cum laude. You've done this hard work and you deserve it. You are about to be blessed in the face of what? Pennywise son or daughter. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Until we meet again on these tarot streets, Divine Feminine. Big cat.